So, welcome Finn, welcome Vincent. I was just saying we've got a new intense cuss playlist. It's not a vocal house one this month, I'm afraid, but it is quite beaty. Okay, everybody, it's beautiful to be with you. I'm so happy to see you all. We are going to start standing at the front of the mat when you have pressed play on any music you choose to use. Doesn't have to be mine, doesn't have to be any, in fact. Welcome, Claire. Welcome, Anuja, if you can hear me. Welcome, welcome. And Florencia, hello, Flo. So as you stand at the front of the mat, let's just circle the wrists a few times. Let's give them a little twirl. When you do these wrist circles, it's helpful to keep the elbows into the body so that you move more purely from the wrist. And then we'll go the other way. Hello, Anuja. Then from here, folks, as we often do, straighten your arms out in front of you, press the palms away. Really push so the shoulders spread, stretch them out. We're going to take shooting stars. Flick the fingers really wide, snap them shut. Going nice and fast. Building a bit of heat. Here we go for 5, 4. Really reach out with the little finger. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. 3 sun salutation A's to begin. Inhale, arms rise, palms reaching into the sky. Exhale, folding soft knees. As you inhale, lift the heart halfway. Walk the feet back for the first one. Keep it nice and easy. Plank position. Lower your knees to the ground for the first one. Chaturanga on the knees. Cobra breathing in. Down dog breathing out. You could bend the knees, tread water, but really feel the palms connecting to the ground. Spread the fingers. And focus on pressing the bases of the thumbs, bases of the fingers down. Lovely, everybody. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forwards. Exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway onto the fingertips. Fold. Stand, breath in, fingertips reaching up into the sky. Bring down a little starlight to the heart. Samastatihi. 2 more. Inhale, we rise. Honoring sky and bowing to the earth. Heart between the 2. Step or jump back, plank. Chaturanga, elbows in. Downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. As always, I'll teach with options. If you're working with an injury of any sorts, please feel free to modify. I tend to teach a little bit up, as they call it, and a stronger pushing a little bit, but modify as you need. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Halfway up as you breathe in. Folding down, lengthen the hamstrings, start to get the hamstrings stretching, rising, fingertips searching for courage, bringing it down from the stars to the heart. Samastatihi. Last time. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, that's it, Rosetta. And jumping back, Chaturanga. Beautiful, everybody. Okay, settle in here. We're going to get going. So if you're new, listen carefully or watch me. I'm going to send my left heel down to the floor. You might have to turn it in a little bit to get it flat. Bring the left heel flat on the floor. Right leg rises, roll the thigh in, split dog. As you settle into the shape, draw the belly button in towards the spine. We're going to be here for a while. Begin to turn your inner elbows forwards, roll the upper arm bones in. When you're steady, left forearm behind the back to hold for 10. Keep drawing the belly button in. 9. Calm breath. 8. That's it, Rosetta. 7, good, Brielle. Lift the leg, point the foot. 6. 5, stay calm, keep the right leg lifting. 5. 4, really draw the belly button into the forearm. That's it, Andrew. 3, really turn that right inner elbow forwards. 2. 1, slowly replace and switching sides. Right heel comes in and down. Left leg lifting this time. Go in stages, find the stability first. Roll the left thigh in, which gives you more access to the pelvic floor, which you now lift as you pull the belly button to the spine. That stabilized your pelvis and the pelvic floor. Now roll the inner elbow creases forwards like you're shining the inner elbows forwards. That will stabilize your scapulae, and the right forearm comes behind the back for 10. 9, and warm, Sophie. 8. 7, straighten your leg more, Anusha. 6. 5, focus the mind. 4, good, Cormac. 2. 1, replace the hand, replace the foot. Inhale, plank position, hold your plank. We're going to lower into Chaturanga and hold Chaturanga. You could do this on the knees or with the knees off the floor. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes. Lower down halfway, hold. 5. Elbows in for 4. Shoulders back for 3. Squeeze those glutes for 2. 1, lower down, cobra breath in. Down dog, breathing out. Come to your hands and knees for a moment, folks. Could you really press the floor away with the hands, straighten the arms, lock the elbows. From here, take your right leg out to the side, straighten the leg, flex the foot. Your foot should be in line with the hip. Straighten the left arm, push, belly button in. Slowly release and switch. That's it, folks. Keep both arms really strong, belly button in, calm breath. We're now going to do the same leg from downward dog. Come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, split dog. And it's coming out to the side, to the right. Flex the foot. Keep the foot in line with the hip. From here, start to turn your toes to the ceiling and your heel to the floor. Externally rotate the right hip. Optionally, left arm out to the side as you hold. That's it, Rosetta. That's it, Andrew. Belly button in to stabilize. Good, Finn. Yes, Brielle, bring your top foot forwards towards me. More there. Slowly release and switch sides. Get the leg in place first. Externally rotate through the left hip so the toes turn up, the heel turns down. That's it, Rosetta. Yes, Claire, keep the foot coming forwards, keep it lifted. And get a sense of broadness across the upper back. Shoulder blades are really spreading towards the armpits, which is going to stabilize you more and more. Straighten your right arm, Josh and Cormac. Beautiful. Come back to center. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, lower to the ground for locust. Option to keep the hands free if that feels better, or you could link the fingers, but the heels are together. Squeeze the legs together and lifting up. The heels are touching, big toes are touching, but drop the head slightly. The head is not needed, like a prawn, of course. 4 more breaths. If you like micro details, imagine your inner thighs are getting longer. 2, 1. Push up through Chaturanga to downward dog. Great, everybody. From here, bend your knees, look forwards, step or jump front of the mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. If you have 2 bricks and your hamstrings are quite flexible, option to stand on the 2 bricks, but it's just an option, you don't need to. But either way, catch your big toes or carefully slide your hands underneath your feet, which is an added incentive to balance if you're on the bricks. Tailbone lifts as you fold. Can you start to pull your shoulders back away from your ears, folks? Pull the shoulders back. So you start to feel the lats switch on, shoulders away from the ears as far as possible. Get the back muscles going. That's it, Claire. Lovely, Vincent. Great. If you're on bricks, slowly remove the bricks, take them to the sides, and come to stand, arms overhead. Palms together, feet together. Inhale, arms lift. Bowing to the earth, folding. Come up onto the fingertips, hold. Standing split, left leg up and back. Stay on the fingertips. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears to stabilize the shoulder blades. When you're ready, float the fingertips off the floor, or optionally link the fingers behind your back and use the arms to pull you deeper into the fold. Sit in, Nusha, drop your head a little bit. Use the head like a weight to take the leg higher. Good, Brielle. That's it, Florencia. Replace the fingertips, folks. Bring your left knee beside your right knee, flamingo fold. Option to breathe here, curling in, or option for pistol squat. Feed the left leg through, coming down. If you're through, you've got a couple options. If you have the strength, catch the foot and stand. If that's a little far off, just come to stand normally. Take the leg out in front of you and lower down, taking 5 little squats like this. Those of you who made it up holding the foot, obviously coming back down, holding the foot, and repeating anywhere up to 5 times. That's it, Vincent. Good. This is progressing nicely. Great, Cormac. And if you're lowering, just lower to that point where you start to feel the burn and come out. If you're coming up all the way up and down, good, great control. Next time you come down, feed the leg through, standing split. Step the foot back, warrior 2. Just for a moment, coming into triangle and taking quite a long stance for triangle, longer than usual. Right arm forwards, reaching and expanding. Option to catch the big toe with the fingers. And if you like micro details, bring your attention to your inner right thigh, the inside of the thigh. Could you imagine you're pushing it forwards? Imagine you push it forwards towards the long edge of your mat. From here, top arm behind your back, maybe catching the thigh. Turn the chest towards the ceiling. Begin to release into a long warrior 2. You could shorten slightly. From here, really focus on sending your knee out to the right. So send that right knee sideways, but square your shoulders to the long edge of the mat. Arms behind the back, either folded or in prayer position. Wherever you are, final option, You could lift the heels. That's it, folks. Lovely, Alex. Yes. Keep sending your knee out to the right, Alex. Use the glutes. Yes, there, Alex. Great, great, great. Lovely, Claire. From here, begin to lower the heels. Half moon with the arms behind the back, gliding in and floating. Yes, Anusha. Still with the arms behind your back, warrior 3, rotate in the hip socket, point the back foot. And as we move to reverse half moon, you might open the arms out, or you might keep them behind the lower back still, turning the chest, lift the left leg, lift, 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 lift. 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, come forwards, left ankle over the right knee, figure 4. And let's settle in, sit back. Drop the fingertips down. Really spread the arms, powerful arms, like a dragon flying. That's it, Finn. Great, Josh. Great, Lucy. Lovely, Brielle. From here, start to release. Come to stand. Bring the feet together. Shift weight into the left foot. Right arm out to the left arm out to the side. Catch the right big toe. From here, begin to straighten the leg out in front of you and take it to the side. 2 options here. Either folding forwards, holding the big toe into a T shape, or holding the knee. That's it, Cormac, great. Yes, Rosetta, exactly. Draw the belly button in. Good, Anuja, fight for it, yeah. From here, start to release, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Lift up halfway, coming into a squat, knees out, hips down. Option 1, breathe here. Option 2, crow pose. If crow is easy for you, take the knees right up into the armpits and start to work to straighten the arms. Good, Finn. Feet higher, everybody. Step or jump back, Chaturanga. And just settling into your downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. Calm it down. Stabilize the breath. From here, inhale, plank position. Lower to the ground. Again, taking either locust or this time bow. But again, even in bow, have your heels touching, heels together, knees together. Hold the ankles if you're in bow and lift up and back and drop the head slightly. 5. Squeeze the heels. 4. 3, that's it, Finn. Really use the quads. 2, knees together. 1. Release, lower down. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. We've got a turbo dog, folks. If you are new to turbo dog, take a moment, have a look. From down dog, bend your elbows till they float 2 inches above the ground. Then squeeze the elbows towards each other very firmly. Get a little shake on. 5. 4. That's it, Sophie. Elbows lower. 3. Good, Andrew. Straighten the legs. 2. Leg high, Steve. 1. Aha, got you. Downward facing dog, everybody. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump, front of the mat, feet together. Fingertips down, standing split, right leg coming up. Again, pull your shoulders back, scapula stable. Float the hands, maybe bind. Good, Andrew. Keep lifting the leg. Great, Lucy. Yes. Lovely, Anuja. Great, Steve. Start to replace the fingertips. And from here, either flamingo or pistol squat. Again, you could simply stand up on both legs to lower down, or catching the foot, eventually with both hands to rise. And lowering back down. Again, you could do small pistol squats. Last one, folks. And again, finding a standing split. Step the right foot back, beautiful people. Warrior 2. Let your arms rest for a sec. And again, really focusing today, because we're specifically targeting the muscles around the hips, I'm encouraging you to send the knee out to the side more than you normally would do. You'll feel that open the front of the groin. And as you turn the shoulders to face the long edge of the mat, it will strengthen and deepen the posture at the hip. Arms behind the back. As an option, lift the heels. Keep the front knee bent. Keep it long. We have a triangle to come into in a sec. Yes, Andrew, good correction. I was just about to say. Good, Rosetta. Get the sense of drawing the lower ribs in a little bit. Pelvic floor up. Yeah, so that real corseting. Great, Vincent. From here, lower the heels. I'm coming into a slightly longer triangle than you're used to. Again, as a micro detail, press the inside of your left thigh towards the long edge of the mat in front of you. Top arm behind the back. Maybe turning the chest towards the ceiling. That's it, Alex. Yes. Good rotation. Great, Brielle. Begin to release. Warrior 2. Hands behind the back. Half moon. That's it, Claire. Turn the hips even more. And warrior 3. Yes, Alex, that's it. Keep the leg high, everybody. Point the foot. The more active your top leg, the easier the balance. Good, Florencia. And reverse half moon, keep turning. That's it, Rosetta. That's it, Sophie. Good, Sophie. Keep the leg lifting, 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 lifting. Go to that point in the back of the leg that you don't want to. From here, come back to center. Ankle over the knee, figure 4 squat. Slightly drop the neck. Refocus. Excellent, everybody, yes. Start to release mountain pose. This time bringing weight into the right foot, right arm comes out. Catch the big toe, left big toe. And forwards. Again, in these positions, it's helpful to think about drawing the belly in and dropping the hip down. So as you open the rotation, your rib cage is really expansive. And again, you could fold from here, or you could take the knee and fold. Sit corner. Good, Anuja. Yeah, hips finding new strength, right? It's a tricky one, yeah. Good, Alex. Slowly release mountain pose. Take a moment to stand, palms in front of the heart. Settle the breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Release the hands. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Lifting up halfway, coming into the squat one more time. So you might be in the squat or coming into crow, and I'm going to give a minute hold in crow as an option to try. So you might hold crow pose for 1 full minute. I'm going to time. Maybe you come in and out. Preparing to enter crow pose now, and the timer is going on. Calm breath. And staying with it. You're halfway, 30 seconds. And that's it, folks. Don't give up. Stay with it. Keep coming back in. Find your edge. 15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump back, Chaturanga. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Heroic effort, everybody. And chilling in downward dog for a few moments. In fact, lower your knees. We're going to take puppy pose. So tuck your toes, just walk the hands forwards, forehead down. Take a shoulder stretch. If it's comfortable to take the chin or the chest down, by all means, going there too, if you can still breathe. Beautiful, everybody. Slowly coming back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, big step forwards, back knee on the floor. You could pad your back knee up if that's helpful. We're going to be on it for a little while. To begin with, bring the palms together in front of the heart. I'm going to switch sides. Coming into prayer twist, but coming in with the elbow just outside the end of the knee. Don't go all the way to the shoulder yet. Take the elbow just outside the knee. And then use your other hand on your rib cage to almost draw the ribs around, draw the belly around, away from the thigh. So you create the space, and then the palms come together. And as you press the elbow and knee together, start to turn the chest, look over the shoulder. So it's actually a little bit deeper than regular prayer twist. Great. From here, start to release. Bend the back knee, catch the foot, bring it in. As always, tuck the tailbone. Soften the lower ribs. And for those of you who find this fairly easy, fairly straightforward, you might experiment with a different hand placement where you take the hands, fingers facing the same direction as the toes, so the fingertips come into the ribs. And if you're here, you can start to send the hips forwards and down, pushing up behind the shoulder blades. If you're there, elbows in, that's it, Anuja. Yeah, back of the neck stays long. Beautiful, everybody. Yeah, just keep that sense of space. Lovely, Alex. Keep tucking under. From here, begin to release. Coming into a front split. If you have bricks, they can be useful to support yourself as you slide the right foot forwards. And I generally invite the back toes tucked because it helps you keep the hips a bit more square. As always, start to lift the back knee off the floor, straighten the leg. Draw the right hip back, send the left hip forwards. Square, square, square. Good, Claire, yes. Andrew, square a little bit more, send your right hip back. That might mean the heel actually comes towards you rather than away. Yeah. Lovely, Alex. From here, beginning to release, coming to a kneeling position. So again, if you have two bricks, take them either side of you. If you don't, you're simply going to place the palms on the floor next to the knees. So you could be here on the floor or on the bricks. I'll demonstrate on the floor just for good courage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock out my elbows. I'm going to push the floor away. And I'm going to start to draw my knees into my chest. So I'm on the tops of my toes. From this position, optionally, one foot comes up to hold. 5. Really push. 4. 3. 2. 1. Switch legs if you lifted one, otherwise stay there. That's it, Sophie. Yes, muscle it out. Find the edge. 3. 2. 1. Lower down. Once again, coming into puppy pose. This time, if you have a brick, take the brick between the hands. And you might be on the elbows with the brick behind the neck. If you don't have a brick, just take the arms long. Great, everybody. Slowly coming out. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, big step forwards. And again, prayer twist, just the elbow. Use the hand to help draw the ribs. Left foot will be forwards this time. So it's quite high up. You feel really upright. Yes, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent, Cormac. Excellent, Finn. Lovely, Claire. Start to release and bring the back foot in towards your glutes. Again, engage the glutes on the right side. Lift the pubic bone up. Good, Andrew. Yes. Yet, Brielle, you're square on. And great Rosetta, totally square as well. Yes, Anuja, option to use the fingertips to press up into the ribs. That's it. Yeah, and drop your hips forwards, Anuja, and actually it gets the hands a little bit higher. So eventually the hands are touching the shoulder blades. Start to release, folks, and front split. Slide the legs long. Those of you who are down on the floor, firmly lift up the pubic bone, bring the palms together at the heart. But keep that lift if you're on the floor. So there's this strong sense of lifting the pelvis up, almost like you're trying to go backwards, which at some point you will. Good, Steve, lift your head. That's it, Flo, lovely. Yes, excellent, everybody. Start to release. From here, downward dog. Let's walk it out for a moment. From your downward dog, step the right foot forwards, warrior two. So listen closely, this is a little bit trickier. In my warrior two, I'm going to work very hard to keep my right knee going out to the right. So it's above the ankle, if not further over. I'm going to square my shoulders and then I'm going to fold forwards, fingertips down. This knee is going to want to collapse. Don't let it. Keep sending it out. Option one, use your right hand to gently press the thigh away, lowering the hips. Option two, use your glute strength to do that. Keep the hands down. And fiercely tuck your right hip in, tuck your bum in. Really cook through the glutes. The back leg is in warrior two still, so straighten the back leg, Claire. I think warrior two, yep. Unfortunately, it is that position. Good, Alex, yes. From here, start to walk your hands to the inside of that front foot, lizard, lift the back heel. Lower the back knee down, option to come onto the forearms. If you're on the forearms easily, take the right shoulder underneath the right knee. And then if you're underneath the right knee, if you're here, start to slide the left leg further away, eventually lowering down with the chest and the forehead. That's it, Andrew. If you've lowered really far down, come back up into lizards. Hold here, folks. Last option, some of you might take the back of the head to the ankle, starting to take the head behind the foot. So as an option, wiggling the back of the head behind the ankle, palms down. That's it, Andrew. Yes, Rosetta. Fabulous, everybody. Slowly release, downward dog. From your downward dog, listen closely. Send the left heel down to the ground, turn it in slightly. You might even watch me for a moment. Right leg is going to come up. Left forearm behind the back, how we started. This time, option to bend the knee and catch the foot. If you have the foot, use it to lift up. And you release that hip that we just stretched in a different direction. So right, left forearm behind the back, maybe catch the foot. If you have the foot, press it away into the back bend. That's it, Finn. Yes. Great, Claire. Great, Steve. Replace the hands, keep the right leg lifted. Listen closely, bring your right knee into your right armpit. Hold in a plank. If you're holding easily, bend the elbows, lean forwards. Option to lift the back leg. One-legged crow. Yeah, and it's a horrible arm balance. It's the worst. Great, everybody. Slowly release. From your downward dog, left foot steps forwards. Warrior two. Oh. Again, position the knee, position the shoulders. Then as you fold, option one, use your left hand against your left thigh to gently encourage the hip open. Otherwise, hands down, using nothing but glute strength. So we strengthen at every opportunity. That's it, Finn. Tuck your left sitting bone in. Imagine you're trying to get your left, yeah. Keep that left hip in even more, Rosetta. Tuck in, tuck in, tuck in. Yes, that, right. Feel how strong it is. This should be burning, folks. It's really strong. Great, Alex. Start to walk your hands around into lizard. And again, optionally from here, coming down onto the forearms, you can lower the back knee. Maybe you take the shoulder underneath. If the shoulder's underneath, arms come into a cross shape, beginning to lower the chest, eventually pretty flat to the floor. Lovely, Claire. That's it, Josh. Yeah, getting deeper. Start to release if you're going to take the leg behind the head, otherwise stay there. Some of you sliding the back of the head towards the ankle. Don't worry too much about getting it behind, just bring the head towards the ankle, and one day when you're open enough and sweaty enough, it will just slide there by itself. No forcing. Great, begin to release, folks. Downward facing dog. And the right foot turns down, left leg comes up. Right forearm behind the back. Optionally catching the foot. And I tend to flex my toes when I catch the foot, so I get a little bit of a hook. And then my hand grips, but my shoulder relaxes as I take the leg up. So think about relaxing the right shoulder. That's it, Rosetta. Yeah, keep drawing the foot up until the shoulder stretches. Fabulous, everybody, release. From here, we're going to come to sit. You could lower down, or you could jump into a cross-legged position. Take the legs into a V shape. And keep the V fairly narrow. Don't go as wide as you can. Keep it fairly narrow. Option to take the fingertips behind you and sit tall. Or option to fold, catching ankles or big toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, draw down. If you're getting quite low, you might even walk the hands forwards and bring the chin to the floor. Good, folks. Press your thighs down into the ground. Press the thighs down. Use that to help tip the pelvis. And slowly coming back. So bring your feet together, Baddha Konasana. And you have the option of working here, or if you're quite open in the hips and the knees are pretty low, but only if the knees are pretty low, take a brick, bring the feet onto the brick. And I'm not going to push my knees down, but I'm going to hold my feet and sit tall and take my chest towards my feet instead. And I can hold the brick or my toes. And as I tip my pelvis forwards, that opens the hips and drops the knees. Okay, start to release, folks. From here, take your legs out in front of you. And then can you cross the ankle over the left knee or the thigh just above the knee? Keep the foot flexed, it's going to be useful. Bend the left knee and start to walk in close, chest towards the shin. Place your left palm down behind you. And now bring your right hand to the foot. Lift tall, twist. Option to bring the elbow to the foot. If the elbow is on the foot, see if you can take more of the tricep until the foot is pretty much in the armpit. If you're here with me, press the foot and the elbow together. There's an optional, highly challenging arm balance from here, those of you who feel like playing with grasshopper. If you've never taken it before, the hands come down, foot stays on the triceps, and then I'm going to lift my hips up, so I'm standing on the back of the arm. I'm going to press the elbows in, and as I lean forwards, the leg comes up. If you're going there, really press the elbow and the foot together. Yeah, it's a slippy one. Towel is, I usually always use a towel for this. Good, Florencia, yeah, really open. That's it, Finn, bend the elbow more and a little bit higher. You're nearly there. Great, Steve. From here, when you're ready, slowly release. For a moment, lower down, come into a low bridge. Tuck the tailbone. And then back up we come, left ankle over right knee, getting in nice and close. Give your hip a little time. Oh, we've done a lot, right? And then lean into your right hand, left hand to the foot. And you don't have to be all that way up. You could be here, really nice and open. If you are high up, foot towards the armpit. And then there's two versions of the arm balance. So if the first one is stable, if you're stable in this position, eventually the leg comes back and up. And the second version is considerably more challenging because you have the weight of the back leg. So work in the first version first, get stable there. And when you're confident, start to explore back leg. That's it, Rosetta. Really stand on the arm, lean forwards. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. And as you take the leg back, really stand, stand, stand. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. Exactly. Great, folks. Slowly come out. So, how about back bend? So, if you have access to a wall, I'm going to give options for bridge and wheel at the wall. If you don't have a wall, don't worry, I'll give other options. So, I'll show you at the wall first, and then I'll show you off the wall if you're not using it. If you're at the wall, come into a low bridge, and then take one foot against the wall, about the same height as the knee. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to really tuck under, and lift. And then I'm going to switch sides. If you're in the middle of the room, do the same thing, lift up on one leg and tuck under. So it's very strong in your glutes. We're activating your glutes before we go into the back bends. Although they are probably already active. That's it, Finn, really tuck under. Good, Rosetta. That's it, Andrew. Switch legs. Excellent use of furniture, Josh and Lucy. Great. Lower down, folks. So you might continue with bridge. If you'd like to explore wheel, again, two options. If you're at the wall with the toes touching the wall, when you come into wheel, same thing. Step the right foot up the wall. I'm going to push my foot into the wall to open my shoulders, but I'm going to tuck my tailbone. I'm going to tuck under to get the most out of my hip flexors possible. You'll do this on both sides. If you're very comfortable at the wall, both feet come up and over, which is a little scary, but actually probably easier than it looks once your feet are there. If you're in the middle of the room, coming into wheel and lifting one leg. That's it, Finn. Yes, Brielle. As you push the heel into the wall, tuck the tailbone. If anything, the lower back gets a release. That's it, Andrew. Press into your shoulders even more. Good, 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 good. Take a rest, everybody. So, before our Shavasana, one final option for a back bend. If you want it, you might not. You could take bridge, you could take wheel. If your shoulders are quite open, from wheel, you could come into the forearm version where you lower down. If the forearms is easy for you, feet together, legs straight. And then we shall rest. That's it, Finn. You can come onto the head if you need to. Yeah. Use the legs, use the legs. Yeah. Good, Andrew. Press into your feet to open the shoulders. Yes, that feeling. Great, Rosetta, exactly. Knees together. Yep. Beautiful, everybody. Release. Lie down. And you might want to take a couple twists. Give yourself a few moments to twist out. Do what you need to after the back bends. And when you are ready, Shavasana, but using the remaining time however feels good to you. Yeah. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Heroes, all of you. Magnificent effort tonight, everybody. Resting here. So as we approach the end of our time together, as always, I'm just offering to run over 2 extra minutes if you have the time and you want more time in Shavasana. Otherwise, slowly coming up to close. But if you want a bit more time in Shavasana, I will stay with you until 2 minutes past the hour. Those of you departing, all my love. See you soon. And so, it's beginning to deepen your breath again, folks. You might begin to bring movement back to fingers and toes. You don't have to, you could stay there. I'll close the meeting in a few moments. But if you would like to close sitting, you could come up slowly. And if you're seated, just bowing a little bit, head to heart, heart to the earth. May this practice bring us compassion and strength in equal measure. We close here. Namaste. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Mwah. Sending you all my love. So good to have you all here. Great to see you. So as always, whiz me over any questions you have about any of that stuff we just did. Otherwise, I'll see you all soon. Great to have you here, Brielle. A pleasure to have you here, Rosetta. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome. Welcome to the group. And thank you, Cormac. Thank you, Sophie. Great to see you, Lucy and Josh. Great to see you, Finn. And a pleasure to see you, Steve, as well. So enjoy your evening. Sleep well. Bye-bye.